Welcome back. As you tuned into Homegrown right on Cape Town TV, the best entertainment, of course, music show in the land, where we give you everything that has to do with Mzansi Wood. It's always an honor and, of course, a pleasure to be on your TV screens. Right now, joining us virtually is one of Mzansi's fresh new talent. He's currently taking the South African music scene by storm. Recently released his debut EP titled The Color. Ladies and gents, boys and girls, and everyone happens to be in between just like me, please help me welcome the one and only Rehsa joining us virtually. Poo, 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 poo. Rehsa, how are you, man?
I'm good. How are you, man?
I'm good. Thank you so much for joining us. It's not always we have fresh talent who's absolutely doing the most in Mzansi. For those who don't know who you are and not familiar with your brand, please tell us a little bit about yourself and how you actually got into the music scene.
So my name is Rehsa. Rehsa is an R&B superstar, born and raised in Johannesburg, South Africa. How I got into the music scene, man. I grew up in a musical family. You know, my parents used to listen to music almost every day, so I just grew up listening to music all the time. You know, my mom would listen to gospel music, and then my dad would listen to reggae music. So growing up, you know, I was very familiar with those two genres. And then after getting exposed to like other genres, you know, through friends, cousins and stuff, I started to like branch out into different genres as well, but just listening to that music. And then in 2009, when Michael Jackson passed away, rest in peace, I remember they used to play like his music videos on TV and stuff. And I had already known Michael Jackson, but I wasn't really like too fond of him, you know. And then I remember watching one of his music videos and I was like, oh frick, this guy can actually like really dance. So I remember like going to my room and like trying out his moves and stuff. And I remember telling myself, okay, I'm a dancer. And then I remember there was a competition like close to my school, right? At the community shopping center or whatever. I remember telling my parents, I want to join this competition. And they were like, to do what? Then I was like, to dance. And they're like, you dance? There's no way. I was like, trust me. So I remember I joined the competition and I ended up coming out second place. I came out the newspaper, like the crowd loved me and my parents were like, whoa, you can actually dance. And then fast forward 2012, when I got into high school, Chris Brown was supposed to come to South Africa for his Carpe Diem tour. And I remember, I remember they were doing like the PR and stuff. And then on MTV Base, they played one of his music videos, Turn Up the Music. I had already known Chris Brown for a while, but I wasn't really too fond of him as well. But then when I saw that music video, I was like, this is definitely what I want to do. I want to be a singer. And from then going forth, man, I've just been on this journey of wanting to be an artist, just to be a star, like Michael Jackson and Chris Brown, and I've never stopped ever since.
You are actually following on the right footsteps, and of course, you are absolutely doing the most. I'm so glad that you are inspired by the likes of Michael Jackson, by the likes of Chris Brown, and you are a shining star right now. But something great that is happening in your life is right now that you dropped an EP that is titled The Color. Let's talk about the creative process and the inspiration behind this particular EP.
All right, cool. So the EP is called The Color. The EP is basically a love to heartbreak story. You know, back like a couple of years back, I went through a whole phase of like heartbreak, you know, and I needed to find a way to express myself and just to, you know, vent and just, you know, let myself out, because the person that I was in love with, I was no longer in communication with them. So the only way I could ever express myself as an artist was sonically. So I remember telling myself, you know what, I'm going to make an EP and actually tell my story and sing about it, you know. And I remember the whole of lockdown in 2020. I spent that whole year in studio. Literally, I never went out. I spent that whole year in studio. And yeah, every song basically is just, you know, also the reason why I called it The Color is because I symbolically used colors as emotions. So in the intro of the EP, I explain the different colors that I went through symbolically as well, you know, as emotions, you know. So I explained that, and basically each song is a different color. And then I thought to myself, okay, cool, how am I going to come up with a name for this EP if I symbolically use colors as emotions? And I tried to merge the colors and find one specific color, but then it was hard. I remember finding some other long word on Google, but it wasn't doing it for me. And then I remember this one day I was just like standing outside, just looking into the sky randomly, and then it just hit me. It said, yo, name it The Color. And then I gave myself a reason instantly, you know, like all these colors put together create the color. So
So is it safe to say that Rehsa is in love?
right now,
Yeah.
I was in love.
Okay. Okay. If
I
someone
was
is
in love,
watching,
but I am a lover boy.
yeah,
I am a lover boy.
if someone is watching right now and they would like to indulge your music, I know Gone, your debut single, is absolutely also doing the most. It's loved by so many people. If someone is watching right now, they'd like to indulge with this EP, listen to it. Where do they get it, and how do they go about following you on social media?
Okay, cool. So the EP is out right now on all digital platforms, like everywhere. I think you could just search on Google and it might lead you to all the platforms that it's on. Or you could go to my Instagram at _Rehsa. So _REHSA. The link for the EP is in my bio. It'll lead you to whatever DSP that you use. I'm also on TikTok at _REHSA, on Twitter at IVRehsa. So at I, so the letter I and then the letter V and then REHSA.
Yeah.
Facebook is just Rehsa.
Well,
So, yeah.
well, thank you so much, man. Good luck with the EP. May it become
Thank you.
gold and, of course, platinum. Thank you.
Thank you so much, man. I really enjoyed this interview.
Pleasure. Well, that is, of course, the incredible Rehsa. His EP is out there. Go and check it out.